Hey guys, in this video I will be covering a comic issue on Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters, which took place after Empire Strikes Back, when Boba Fett, the galaxy's most dangerous hunter, claims the bounty of the notorious smuggler and rebel officer Han Solo. Jabba the Hutt eagerly awaits Fett's delivery of Solo's carbonite frozen body to Tatooine, where the crime lord will exact his final revenge. Han Solo's debt is to be paid, but Boba is desperate for a payday. As you can see, Boba Fett is flying into space with a Slave One. Tell Jabba I got his package. As Bib Fortuna instructs Boba that he must bring Han Solo to Jabba as he must keep him alive, and that's what Jabba wanted. He's alive. I'll be there soon. Make sure Jabba has my credits. Don't want any complications. Fett finished the translation with Bib Fortuna to investigate a beep on Solo's carbonite body. Boba Fett rushed to see what it was and it didn't look good. Nothing ever simple. When Boba Fett landed at Nar Shaddaa, a smuggler's moon, he asked Doc Ragon to try to fix the frozen carbonite, where Ragon explained that the problem was that the carbonite matrix was unstable, which could be easily fixed. However, because Boba Fett had to pay up front, it wasn't going to be cheap. Boba Fett didn't have any credit since he was running low. Fett asked the Doc if he could save Solo and offered to pay the double amount when Jabba pays him. The Doc then advised Boba Fett that there was another method to pay in which he may employ Fett's bounty hunting skills, where he requested Fett to kill an enemy of Ragon, a pit warrior known as the Raymond Lecter. When Fett completes the task, the Doctor will gladly repair Fett's frozen body, where Fett injected the offer at first. The problems are yours. I got enough Ventas against me. Don't need the Kenji on me too. The Doctor tells that he won't get into Fett's problems as well. As the Doctor assures Boba Fett that he has a plan to kill Rain, he warns him that she is too precious and that he would have to pass through 1,000 Kenji since she is protected. Ragon advised Fett to use nanospace to disguise himself so that he will not be targeted or recognized as Boba Fett as he has distinct armor. We then see Boba Fett enter the arena in complete black armor where no one will recognize him. The Register then asks his name. Call me Django. Fett was holding his spear over his shoulders as he awaits his first match. At the door up to the arena resembled a similar arena on Geonosis where Boba Fett had memories after his father was slain. You could hear the audience cheering for Boba. Boba Fett used his spear to cut through his opponent without hesitation in the first combat. In the second fight, Fett shot his opponent's head and his opponent's head exploded. In the third round, Fett separated his opponent's head from his body, and the fourth round, he used a rifle and fired one shot at the opponent's forehead. With all these victories, Boba Fett advanced to the last duel against Raymond as Fett prepared for his final combat. When Fett first saw Raymond Lecter, he knew something was wrong. Fett's opponent had 8 legs and looked like an alien with lots of eyeballs. Fett was aware that the arena was intended for someone with 8 legs, since the combat was not on ground but in the air, with platforms kept in place by wires, similar environment in which the Lecter grew.
That was not in my home web.
Fett got his blaster. Great. The spider-like creature came at Boba Fett with great speed.
You look like a beetle all shiny and black. Delicious.
But Fett couldn't aim at Lecter. He took his rockets from his black armor wrist and fired as the spider creature approached.
I'll wrap you up and drink you dry.
As she shot some webs at Boba, the webs were caught in Fett's pack, which managed to pull off and became stuck.
Can't fly, you little buggy. You're all mine.
Fett chopped the leg of the alien-looking spider with his blade. It wasn't enough since she had another 7 legs. Lecter screamed fiercely as she penetrated through Fett's Beskar armor, nearly killing him.
Look how your little juice running out. What a waste.
As Fett was bleeding badly.
We need to get ripped up into Malada before all the good stuff come out.
Fett then pressed the button from his armor wrist and the rocket launcher from his jetpack came out, killing Spider as Boba Fett defeated the champion. As Fett walked up to the registration desk, the registration looked all shocked. I'll take my credits. As there was a voice from a distance. We'll keep it safe for you. Don't worry. And after your next fight, Kenji of course, there will be a next fight. I won. I'm done. Well, you owe us the money. We lost on Raymond Lecter. I had lots of bets on her to win. You can earn all that back in one fight. If you win, you're good to go. Unless you would rather just walk away. Keep it. As Boba Fett walked away, he didn't have time because he was seeking a larger prize, which was Han Solo once he presented to Jabba. When we see Boba Fett return from his mission, he notices that Han Solo has been stolen and the Doctor has been dead, which looks like he's been shot by thugs or bounty hunters who are after Han Solo as well. Bib Fortuna, informed that Fett has failed to deliver Solo's carbonite body as he promised, he lets Boba know that Jabba is growing impatient. I'm not going to disappoint him. I'm on my way, but tell Jabba it's going to be a minute. We're off to the next issue where Boba Fett claimed bounty of the notorious smuggler and rebel officer Han Solo, but Solo was stolen from Fett on Nar Shaddaa. We start off seeing a ship entering into another ship as they start taking Han Solo, as we see a hooded figure who stole Han Solo hire these bounty hunters to take Solo, which look like she is arranging a party for taking Han Solo. We then see Fett in the canteen as he doesn't look happy about his bounty being stolen and taken away from. Someone's gonna die.
What makes that different from every other day, Fett? Is this a special someone?
He stole from me.
Credits?
No, a bounty, one that I got a lot of trouble to get. Had to work with a complicated client. As we see Boba Fett on the screen, Jabba placed a large bounty on him. We next see two close friends or couples seeing Boba Fett right in front of them. They use this opportunity to capture Boba Fett. Fett then noticed the man in the reflection of the glass attempting to shoot him. Fett then took out his gun and began firing at the guy who attempted to attack him. The barman asked Boba Fett any idea what they're about. Money, reputation, revenge, could be anything. Fett then walks out of the bar. This is Boba Fett. The message is for Bib Fortuna. Tell Jabba on my way. Got a bit delayed, but I'll deliver the package as agreed. Won't be a problem. As Boba Fett headed towards the slave run, he was surprised by a massive explosion.
If I can think Fett should be down if he wants to survive the next few minutes.
BB trapping my ship. That's slow.
We're bounty hunters, Fett. We live in the low. Now stand up slowly. Zarkis has questions for you.
Boba then fired a rocket at the bounty hunter by pressing a button from his wrist. That was part of his armor. Thought you could predict the future, that kid. Should have seen that coming.
Zarkis dead.
Fett looked behind to see a robotic bug-looking creature shooting at Fett's gun to disarm him, as he asked Fett questions about Solo as they couldn't find him on the ship. You didn't just hurt my ship. You went inside? Still the disrespect.
It was only a tiny charge. It was barely any damage. We just wanted to shake you up a little.
That vessel belonged to my father. Fett then pushed the button on his wrist. There was a big explosion and Fett utilized his jetpack to escape the blow.
No! Zarkis cannot die this way.
You sure? I disagree. Fett then kicked the bounty hunter off the ledge. Boba Fett then snatches the head of the droid owned by the bounty hunter Zarkis, as he plugs the droid into his ship to find out who plays bounty hunter on Boba Fett. Later we see Boba Fett arriving in Tatooine, as the robot had told Boba Fett that he could be useful in negotiation. As Fett just threw the head off the cliff, we then see two Garamorian guards get in his way. Get out of my way, or you'll follow the head. As Bib Fortuna approaches Boba Fett, he convinces him that he can settle the problem without resorting violence. Fett pulled out his blaster and fired at the Gamorrean guard, in the twinkling of an eye. As Bib Fortuna warns Boba, Jabba will either feed him to his rancor or have him devoured in the Sarlacc pit. As Boba Fett interrupted, I want information. Jabba put a bounty on me, not Solo. Bib Fortuna told Fett that he took a long time to bring Solo, as Jabba thought Fett sold him to another client, as the Hutt had first claimed. Fett informed that someone stole Solo from him. Me to Jabba, we need to clean it up. I can get Solo back, but not if every bounty hunter's on me. Bib Fortuna tells Jabba is gone. Jabba got invitations from people who stole from me to buy him. As Jabba's palace opens the door full of pirates and other bounty hunters who work for Jabba. You know who I am? Boba Fett. You know what that name means? All of you want to live. Who doesn't? But I promise, fight me, some die. Maybe most of you, but you'll be dying for him. Doesn't seem fair, does it? As Fett points his rocket at Bib Fortuna as he wants to see who sent the invitation. There was a holographic translation from the hooded figure who was from the Crimson Dawn Syndicate, since it appeared that the Hutt Council was invited to the auction of Han Solo. So Crimson Dawn is back and stole Solo out of under me to invest Jabba. I said at the beginning all of this that someone was going to die. Now I know who. The cloaked figure explains why Han Solo is so vital, as he is connected to every powerful faction from the Rebel Alliance to the Empire and every crime syndicate in the galaxy. The cloaked person then reveals herself as Kira, who used to date Han Solo as we see in the movie. She then steps out to prepare for the guest. As we move on to issue 2 of the comic, Solo was stolen from the Crimson Dawn and seeks to offer Solo for the highest bid of the galactic underworld. As we can see, there were a number of powerful factions in the auction room, as the Empire, the Pikes, the Hutt and the Black Sun were involved to claim the infamous smuggler and Rebel Alliance member. We then find Boba Fett on the moon, where he views a spacecraft from a telescope that appears to be well guarded, as Boba Fett shoots people who were invited by the Crimson Dawn and asks the man for his cloak, and he wants that invitation. Suddenly a cable was fired at Boba. He was dragged on the floor, and we see the boss pulling the cable.
Guess you're gonna miss the party?
It's cold here, let's warm up. As Boba Fett uses his jetpack to escape from the cable, there was a massive explosion that sends Bosk in the air, as the Trandoshan legs were amputated by the explosion. You won't get fired without legs, Bosk.
I'm a Trandoshan, they'll go back.
As Bosk asked Boba Fett that we've known each other for a long time, since they were young.
Now, Boba Fett, we've known each other for a long time. Yet you were young, just little clutching, trying to avenge your pup. You're going to kill me?
No, I'm going to use you and send a message to anyone who comes after me to get Jabba's bounty. As Boba Fett ties Bosk against the rock.
You can't leave me here, Boba. I'm cold-blooded. I won't survive.
Cold-blooded? Huh, funny you think about that, Bosk. So am I. Whilst looking at the ship, as he leaves Bosk tied up to a cable on the moon and leaves Bosk by himself to send an example to the other bounty hunters. We then see Dr. Alpha being taken by a cloaked man at the auction. She informs the hooded person that she may be a thief, but she is also an archaeologist, and she tells the hooded figure that he is a clone, as he appears to be Boba Fett in the hood. Boba tells Afra he needs a distraction for the guard, as he needs to put his armor, so Afra can be in Boba Fett's good books. We then see Kira introduce herself to everyone in the room, introducing Captain Solo, who owns credit to everyone in the room, as Kira claims the Crimson Dawn did what nobody else could do and capture Han Solo. She tells everyone that only one will get to take Han Solo home and get to do anything once they receive Han Solo. As we can see, there were a lot of powerful factions bidding from Solo, from 100,000 credits to 200,000 credits. It appears that the Hutts will spend whatever it takes to acquire Captain Solo, as it appears the Hutts won the auction. We then see the cloaked man change to his Mandalorian armor and prepare to grab Solo. We then see Boba Fett crash with the Rebel Alliance, where we see Princess Leia, Chewbacca and Lando attempting to rescue Han Solo. It was up to Boba Fett or Han's friends to take Solo, as Leia told Luke things got complicated since they met Fett. Lando tells Fett that he's rude to crash the party.
Actually, Calrissian,
I had an invitation. However, we then see Lando, Chewie, Leia and even Dr. Alpha all look worried, as Kira looked excited as they heard a distant noise from the corner of the room. As we can see Darth Vader surrounded by Death Troopers.
Captain Solo belongs to me.
As we see Boba Fett looking at the situation, we will see. So I'll end it here, guys, as I will go with issue 3 in the next video, where things will get heated up as Darth Vader interrupts the auction. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.